Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for us to do another Marvel watch. This time we're going to watch Captain America, Winter Soldier. And our tagline for this one is, Handsome man is betrayed by everyone, still makes friends. So this is the first Russo brothers movie, and people love this movie so much, so it proves why they're the ones who were given the reins when it came to, I believe, Civil War and Infinity War. And they're also going to do Endgame, I believe. So yeah, these guys, they're like the favorite ones right now. It was Whedon when he did Avengers, and then he gets to do Avengers 2, but then things happen with Whedon. So this movie was 177 million in the budget. 714 million is how much they gained from it. I remember the movie. From what I remember the movie, I remember thinking it was okay. People love this movie. For some people, this is the number one movie on their list. And I'm gonna have to see it again because I don't remember liking it that much. The Stanley cameo, I cannot remember the Stanley cameo at all. I can't. I thought I knew all the Stanley cameos. Apparently I'm wrong, and it's being proven over and over again. Scenes I remember, without giving much away, is I remember the elevator scene, which is, people really like that one. I remember the first scene, is, as far as I know, it's the first scene, where Captain America's just outrunning Falcon, and Falcon's like, come on, man, come on. And he's got like a list, like, which is a funny thing to have, like, he's got a list. I think it says, like, who are the Beatles and just things like that. Maybe, I can't remember. Yeah, because I think the Beatles is post-World War II. And just, like, all these things he missed, like Beatles, Hendrix, all these things, it's funny. He does kiss Black Widow, I remember that. I am curious for people who don't read the comics, like, how obvious was Winter Soldier? Like, how obvious was that character to those people? Like, did you just recognize the actor? Because that can work pretty well right there. For me, I knew right away just because I read the comics. And if it was just too obvious to me, like, how are people not getting it? But it's like, it's possible they just don't see it. It's really possible that you just don't recognize an actor. That's something that happens. Jinx asked, when did you realize it was Falcon? I'm like, when he showed up and talked. The second time, I'm like, okay, they're giving him lines, and I know this is an actor that's kind of known, so like, oh, he's probably Falcon. And he's Falcon. There's like, what, 2 or 3 twists in this movie, and not a fan of the twist, I don't think. Yeah. Because of just what it does, and the repercussions of it and everything. It's like, geez, really? But, I think overall, like, the movie... Oh, yeah, yeah. Is Peggy in Civil War, or is just her funeral in Civil War? Because Peggy's in this one. I think this is her last scene, or her last movie scene is this one. I think it might be. And then he's dating her granddaughter, which is so weird. Yeah, I just remember random bits and pieces, and people really, really, really like this movie. So he's going in and seeing why people like it so much. So let me know what you think of the movie. Before and after is always a fun thing to do, like we're doing right here. And let's just have fun seeing this. So see you after the movie. Movie over. Okay, so it was really good. It's really good. Really good. Really good. It proves why the Russo brothers are given the big movies. Jesus Christ. Like, it's a really tight movie. Like, that arguably makes it why it's one of the best ones, is because it's pretty tight. There's a little bit of wasted, but not a lot. It's pretty good. It's good. I forgot about the boat. Like, I remember the boat was at the start, but I forgot what happens on the boat. I just remember Captain America beats up St. Pierre. That's all I remember. That's who Batroc is. And I forgot just Captain America just goes there and wrecks the boat. He comes in and just beats the crap out of a bunch of people really quickly, really effectively. It's like, oh, damn. And he's launching people. He's doing a real good job at, like, this movie shows you how strong Captain America is supposed to be. Because, like, in the first Avenger, he's just kind of fighting normal despite him trying to be peak human. And this one, he's peak human, and he's showing it because he's just blasting people around. And that's pretty cool there. What makes the movie so good is, like, in the Avengers movies, Captain America can't be that effective because they're fighting like god level stuff. And so when he fights him, he's not that strong. But when it's just humans fighting, he looks really good. And the movie does a good job of that. Also, Black Widow. Black Widow looked really effective in this movie as well. So good for both of them in that. And they just have really good scenes. Like, the action scenes are pretty good. One thing is, the acting's also really good. And I think the best scene as far as acting goes is gotta be Captain America and Peggy Carter. Like, that's such a really good scene when uh also just twisting of the knife, that scene. Like, it's him and her, she's just old now and everything, and he's talking to her. And then when she has the moment where her memory's just gone and she's like, "Oh my god, Steve's back." And they have that thing. And he gets taken aback, and just seeing that scene, you can see so much emotion on Steve Rogers' face. Like, Chris Evans does an amazing job acting this scene out, and so does the actress who plays Peggy Carter. I forgot her name all of a sudden. They both acted out so well because she has the switch from just like talking to her old friend to, oh my god, he's alive again and everything, and she's so excited and happy and all that stuff. And him, he has to hide the pain of, they just had a conversation, and that's now this is where they're at, and he's got to keep this smile, this fake smile, going for it, but his eyes really give away what's going on inside, and it's so well acted to me. So I think the best action sequence for me is the boat fight. Like, there's everything with the boat, just everything he does there is so effective. And then the Peggy scene, like, that scene's really good. Him fighting the Winter Soldier is pretty good. They have some pretty good fights throughout the movie, and it's just an interesting relationship, those two. Captain America and Winter Soldier, where he's just willing to, like, okay, fine, kill me. And that helps break Bucky out, kind of. And it's very interesting just seeing that, and also Sam Wilson, because Sam Wilson's just trying to be Captain America's new best friend. And what we see later on Civil War, when it's the two of them together, I'm really interested in seeing, I'll probably mention that again in Civil War, it's just Bucky and Sam Wilson together. I'm really interested in seeing that because Captain America and Falcon had a comic series together for, I feel like it was a couple years long, where it's just white guy, black guy, and that was kind of the thing. And we're gonna get that. I think we're gonna probably get that Captain America and Falcon, but it's gonna be Bucky Captain America with Falcon, and that seems like would be pretty interesting because I think they have an interesting dynamic between them. So that one could be pretty fun to see. Oh yeah, I think this is the best end credit scene. Like the end credits where they show everyone's names and they have animations or whatever's going on. I think this is my favorite one. The Winter Soldier, I think, is my favorite one. I think it's Ultron, it's the one with the statues. I like that one pretty much too. I think this is my favorite one. And I can't remember. I don't even think Infinity War had one, did it? Infinity War just went to black. Pretty sure. Ant-Man and the Wasp had a pretty good post-credit scene. I don't remember what Ant-Man had. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has a really weird one. It's really retro. Well, Ragnarok's pretty good. Ragnarok's is pretty good too. Ragnarok's is very 80s. Holy crap. I don't remember Guardians 1, but yeah, I think it's my favorite one. It just looks really good and looks really sharp. Oh, the Stan Lee cameo. Totally forgot it. Well, I remembered it once we saw the museum. Like, oh yeah, he's going to be here later on because the suit's going to get taken. Like, I'm so fired. It's just, man, the Watcher's just everywhere, not having a good time. And, oh yeah, I just want to talk about Pierce and Winter Soldier as villains. I think they're just fine. I think Winter Soldier's really good for the menacing kind of villain because he's constantly being a problem. And then Pierce is just, he's okay. I don't know, Pierce is very okay. And I've said this before, I feel like they really wasted some potential with some of these actors. Like, Robert Redford is an award-winning actor, and I feel like he was wasted here. He didn't really get to do much. I think Obadiah Stane was fine with the dude, oh my god, I forgot his name all of a sudden. I think, yeah, Jeff Bridges. I think that villain was fine. Mickey Rourke, I felt, was underutilized. Eccleston as the Dark Elf Malekith. I feel like he was underutilized for sure. Loki, of course, is Loki's one of the better villains. What are other villains we've seen at this moment? Red Skull. Red Skull was fine. Like, Hugo Weaving's a pretty good actor. He was fine. I think he could have. I don't know if they could have done more of him. I think if they kept him around for another movie, he probably could have done more. Other villains? Any villains? Oh yeah, the Mandarin was fine. I think the Mandarin was an interesting character. Killian was okay. Being able to breathe fire was cool, I guess, but it was okay. I think that's all the villains up to this point. I think that's all the villains up to this point. So, oh yeah, there's the Abomination, right? The Abomination's fine. He's just fine. The fight with him was pretty cool. I think it'd be an interesting argument just who's around the bottom of the villain list, but at the top it's Loki and Thanos. Those are the top two villains. People really like Loki, but argue Thanos is the better villain because he actually succeeded. I'll give him that. While Loki failed a lot, actually. A lot of failing there. But we just won't see a great villain until, let me look at the list real quick. Not Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, I really like Ultron. I like Ultron. Yellow Jacket's okay, and I forget what starts off Phase 3. Spider-Man Homecoming has a good villain. Doctor Strange, no, they're okay. Ego's okay. Man, Killmonger was pretty good. Ghost, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a weird one. Civil War villain. People feel like Civil War is where the villains get better. I just didn't care for that guy. People really like that villain. Did not care for him. But I did like Hela, though, so I don't know. And of course, Jeff Goldblum, whatever his character's called. But that's enough talking about Captain America: Winter Soldier and just Marvel. Where do things measure up for you? Is this your number one? Do you not like this movie? Let me know. If you don't like this movie, holy crap, I'm surprised on that one. I don't know how can anyone wouldn't like it. Unless you just don't like Captain America? I don't know. But let me know. I'm really curious to see what other people think. It's just going through this journey of seeing all the movies again. Next movie is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. That's going to be a hell of a fun ride right there. I already know I like it a lot. I'm curious where it's going to measure up. But that right there is the video. I have fun talking. Hope you have fun watching and listening. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Let's come by and see you next time.